In retrospect, I realize I might have been putting my marriage on the line, not just trying to get a good shot for the movie.
Many critics have compared your work on this film to that of Steven Spielberg.
Wow.
How does it feel to be compared to one of the all-time greats?
I don't think I'll ever be able to process that. I don't know if anyone's deserving of that praise, but I certainly feel blown away and warm to my soul to even be considered in that league. I mean, he is unequivocally one of the most important filmmakers to my career in the way, not only as a director, but as an audience member growing up. His movies were seminal in whatever I imagined filmmaking to be. So that's very, very high praise.
It's okay, baby. It's okay.
Mom?
Yeah. What is happening?
What was that?
Which of the movie stunts were the scariest to shoot?
Great question. We really were basing a lot of the stunts in reality as much as we could, meaning I was super inspired by Children of Men, and I think how Alfonso shot that movie was showing locations and spaces that would later become a stunt, but the actor just walked by that. And I think having the actor in the shot made it more tense and dropped the audience into the movie, so it almost felt like you were there. And so by that rationale, I think the scariest stuff to shoot was the town at the very beginning, the opening of the movie. And probably for many personal reasons, the scariest stunt of the whole movie was putting my wife in a stunt car where that's only one shot. The camera's in that car for one whole shot. So everything that's happening to Emily in that car is really happening. So I actually put my wife in a car where human beings are jumping on the hood of the car. Cars are avoiding her by only feet. And then I have a bus travel at my wife at 45 miles an hour, which, in retrospect, I realize I might have been putting my marriage on the line, not just trying to get a good shot for the movie.
The monsters are as scary as ever in this film, but where do you imagine they come from?
I have a whole backstory of where they come from. I don't know if I can reveal it now, but I think that the idea is, what I can say is the evolution of these characters were based in this backstory of they definitely came from a whole nother planet and another system. And the idea that they can hear very well and not see at all is evolutionary. So we actually designed these creatures based on a complete evolutionary workup that we did, where I was actually even on the floor showing the ILM team how they moved because of their terrain on the planet that they were from and things like that. So we really thought about all this stuff, which was really fun. And so when they come to our world, they clearly, it's the first time that they've been in a planet that has light. So they didn't need it on their planet because there was no light. So it was kind of like coming to a whole new smorgasbord of free food.
I don't know why you came all the way up here.
There's nothing left.
Please.
This franchise is a part of this whole new wave of critically acclaimed horror film, which has premiered during the last decade. Where do you think the future of the horror genre is heading?
I think where the horror genre has come and where I think it will keep going is some of the best storytelling methods will come from these horror movies. I think if you look at movies like Get Out, The Witch, and for me, one of the most important films when I was making Quiet Place 1 was Let the Right One In. I think that there's this idea that genre is scary and scary alone is false. And I think that there's a beautiful feeling that genre lets you into a magical world, which allows you to connect more emotionally to some characters, even more so than a direct drama or something like that. I remember a friend of mine said that if you watch Kramer versus Kramer and you're from a divorced situation, it might be too intense of a movie because it feels so real. But if you watch E.T., which is also about divorce, you're able to process divorce in a whole different way because of genre, because it makes it feel a bit mystical, and therefore you open yourself up more, which I love that idea.
You don't know, do you? I do. kind of people worth saving.